everyone, it's Janie with the League-Kempner House in Galveston. We are still trying to get caught up on all the work going on, so I thought we'd do another midweek video, picking up with our Hurricane Beryl repairs. Up here on the third floor, I've got to try to close off this window that got sucked out. It is a long way down, so I have to find a way to do all the work from the inside. But I do see what could possibly be an easy fix to this. This one part of the frame is still intact, so I thought if I cut a piece of plywood and screwed it onto the frame, I could just close it like the window that was there. I was thinking the hard part would be getting the screws out so I could do all my work on the ground. And because I spent so much time faux painting that other plywood to look like this window that's now gone, I'm going to paint this plywood too. And pardon the road noise, the rain always makes it so loud, and this is an awkward place to video with a tripod because Joe's downstairs giving tours. I don't know why that's there. No, actually, let's leave that for right now. Just keep it from getting sucked out again. Maybe I'll put a second hook on it in the center instead of just down here at the bottom. So let me go downstairs and get my drill and see if I can get that off. All right, it is oppressively hot here. Open that other window so I can actually straddle. Just need to get some leverage. I'm not going to sit on it. I'm keeping my rear down here inside. But I've decided it might be easier to rehang this if I remove this part of the hinge. And actually, before I do that, what I should have done, that would be too hard. See if I could remove the pin and just take this off. I'm not sure if I can get the pins back in once the plywood is up. Oh, let me see. No, they don't look good. Yeah, that is not a very big screw. And if you tell from looking at them, they're already stripped. Put a bigger one in there, so. I guess I'm glad in a way they're little because they don't have a lot of bite. Makes them easier to clean out. I need two hands, but I'll use a foot. I don't want this falling to the ground and breaking. I already tell my back will be spasming tonight. So left-handed. I'm not good with my left hand. Okay. All right. So that's down. I'm going to put a much longer screw in there. Figure out which is the top and which is the bottom. So that's the top. Which means I need to screw my plywood on this side. Put a big X on that. So I'll remember. There's Alfred. Oh, climb the fence. Okay.
Don't jump!
I'm not gonna jump. I might damage the roof. And part of the reason I want to do this is I need the board on the outside. If I just nail a board on the inside, rain can hit it and come inside. And that's not good. Fortunately, it's actually pretty dry up here, so I guess we've been lucky the wind has been going the other way and didn't blow a lot of water in here. You go 26 3/4. Remember that, 26 3/4 by 28. 26 3/4 by 28. 26. She flipped it all by herself. Now that's the wet side, right? Yeah, it's still very wet. That's okay. Well, let me know when you're ready. I can help you move the other one. Let me know when you're ready. I can help you move that other one over here.
Okay.
But I'm gonna
go ahead and paint this where it's not wet.
Yeah, wherever it's not wet, and you can paint all these and these. We'll just come back and touch up.
With the fan going, the putty's drying pretty fast.
And I have some cardboard we can lay on the floor to move these. Some cardboard in my car, some big sheets we can lay on the floor to put under these.
Okay. What are you up to up there?
I'm making the window, closing in that window. But I've got to go find my saw and screws. I have my material list and stuff.
Thing off, and it's going to need a bigger screw on one of the sides because the screw was so small. It just put that. So, yeah, so we're rocking and rolling now. Good, literally.
I came all the way up here, so it's like the 7th trip. I thought I had everything. I even took a break and charged my battery to make sure the saw would make it through the cuts, and I got up here without my saw. So I'm going to mark the plywood and go get my saw, come cut it. I think I have everything else. It is so hot today. Well, it's not hot. It's probably 80, but there is no breeze. And it's really humid. I can do this and not drop it. Oh, that's not right, obviously. Cross fingers and hope it goes the other way. That will work. So this is the edge. Okay, I'm gonna get my brain around this. When this, and screw it on the right side. This is angled, so that follows the sill. It goes that way, so I need to screw this on the outside like that. Okay, so I'm going to mark bottom, bottom, top, top, X's together. Now, a problem that I had in the high wind with the door downstairs is that the head of the screw actually pulled through the plywood because the plywood is soft. So what I want to do is get that lined up right. I'm actually going to sandwich the plywood with this 1x that I have so that the plywood is really secure. And I brought some longer screws to do that, maybe a little bit too long. And I didn't bring my star tips up here, so that won't do me any good. These screws are too short to go all the way through. But what I will do is put a couple just to hold this in place. Okay, and then I'll need to go downstairs and see if I have some shorter screws and bring the right driving tip to get that sandwiched on there. And then I'm worried about the other side latching, so I'm going to cut this board and put some blocking at the bottom so that I can screw the hook and eye into something that sounds. Let me go see what I have. Okay, I actually found the right screws over in the other room where I was doing the roof, but they're still a little bit long, so I went downstairs, another trip, got the Sawzall. Oop. I was just gonna cut them off, but that's not working. All right, it's not really the right blade. It worked well on the other screw because I think it was rusted. Okay, I can cut those off later. I can cut them off later. Now I've got to faux paint this thing. I brought the paint. I forgot to stop on the second floor and get the paintbrush. So I gotta go back downstairs. Okay, I've about had it with going up and down the stairs. This was down in the basement. And it's not even the right kind of primer, but I don't really care. This is interior. But it is oil-based, so. Ooh. It's gunky. Something to stir it up. It says low odor, but it is stinky. And this won't be up there forever. I just need it to look halfway decent. All the trouble I went to faux paint the other window to match this window, which is now gone. I don't want to put another bare piece of plywood up there. While that is drying, I'm going to see if I can replace a couple of these super short screws with something a little longer to get this more securely attached. I got one out before. I can get one out up here. Okay, that is some weird little thing that is not a Phillips head. I don't know what that is. There's one Phillips head. I think I just need one. I had one in each one. It'll be sufficient. Okay. So that's good. Okay. Okay. Just gonna let that dry. Okay, that was actually perfect. That's pretty dry. We had 5 people come through to tour. I need to whack that down with. So now I just need to do my window panes on here. I don't know if this video will show up or not, but while I'm here and have the tool, this thing needs to be dismantled because now we have our door at the bottom. And when we do bring people up here, they have to step over this thing. And that's a little hazardous. I don't remember how I made it fit in here. Ugh. And it's a star tip. Okay. Let's see if this side is as well. No, this side is not a star tip. Okay. Look, there's the right size screws I needed before. Oh, ooh, that's hot. Hot. Friction. Let's see. I don't really want to go downstairs. Maybe I can just turn it sideways for right now. And next time I come upstairs, dismantle it. Okay, well, all right, that's better. There's room for people to walk. Even though I still have COVID brain fog and this is taking way, way longer than it should, things are going relatively according to plan, even though I forgot to finish faux painting the window. But I was too tired at this point and decided to just hang it up. The problem now is how to hold it and not drop it 50 feet to the ground below and get these screws in with only one pair of hands. So I decided the only good way to do that was to use my feet. So I had to hang myself out the window, kind of cradle this plywood in my feet and lean over. It was very awkward, I have to say. At this point, I was pretty spasmed up and tired, but there was no other way to do it. And I don't know that I could have gotten another person to help me. I'm not sure they could have fit up in here with me or been able to reach around to hold this thing. So it worked, but then I had a problem because that reinforcing board I put to keep the screws from coming through made it too thick to open far enough to screw the hinges back in. So I had to take that piece off and then try again. But I eventually got it and it worked pretty well, but it was on a little bit cockeyed and not square, so then it wouldn't close all the way. So I was faced with the choice of either taking it off and trying again, or just biting the bullet and trying to saw it in place and fix it kind of where it was. So I decided that was the lesser of two evils. So I grabbed the saws that I have. I have my odd little circular saw, and then I had a sawzall. So those were the two saws that I could use. So I grabbed them. I tried the circular saw first, and again I had to open it way out to have room to run the saw. And I'm pretty safe because I'm back end weighted, and I'm sitting firmly on this window seat, just dangling my feet out. I'm not going to lean out and do it, so as long as I'm sitting, I'm okay. So I was able to get most of it done with the circular saw, but that didn't quite get all the way to the bottom at this weird, awkward angle. So I did end up using the Sawzall. But that's kind of the way these projects go. Sometimes restoration is fun and you get to do cool stuff. Other days, it's just a lot of work, and it's not good when you don't think clearly. Okay, that's better. Once the plywood is up, then I had to come up with a way to latch it into place and keep it from getting sucked out again, because this is not the last storm we'll get at this house. Here, actually, I kind of like this because the wind can't catch it. So I may put another one up here. And actually the top of this needs some kind of latch on it. See how that's loose? The wind probably whipped in there is what ripped the other one out. So I'll get some kind of bracket and screw that shut. Always something. All right, I am conducting an experiment. Let's say I have drug out our old sump pump that a plumber left here a long time ago, and even though I tried to return it, they never came and got it. And the hose is really leaky, but I've cut out the leaky section, and I'm trying to clamp it on a garden hose that we were using and see if I can get the sump running and clear out some of that water under the house. And then I had, and this always leaks, it doesn't really work well. So what happens is this is down in the well, and then water leaks here and goes all over the basement. But I'm going to try and see if 2 clamps will solve that problem. If not, what I'm going to do is cut this off short and put it on the pump so that the leak is actually down inside that shaft. But before I go cutting that, I'm going to get it all set up, and my little clamp rusted, but I bought a new one. This is not what I planned on doing today, but whatever, that's how it goes. that just fits on there. Oh my gosh. This just tightens. My screwdriver's too little. I think I can make it work. And this has a float switch on it, so as long as there's water, it runs, and when the float switch drops, theoretically it goes off. It doesn't always do that, so we don't leave it plugged in when we're not here. We need to buy a better permanent one to put in there, but for today, let's see if I can clear some water. So that's it. I probably should have untangled my hose first. So, let's see. I can get this straightened out. This hose is a little too long. I don't have any, make sure I don't have any kinks in it. Okay, so let's go inside and see if we have an extension cord that will work. Actually, I'm gonna drag all that with me. Oops, I'm stuck on something. All I need is an extension cord that doesn't have a short in it. And I think my extension cord is up on the 3rd floor. Okay, I gotta go to the 3rd floor and get my extension cord. I'll be back. Go. Okay, so here I am with my little sump connected. Well, let me just drag it over here so you can see what's going on. It actually has 2 plugs. So this one plugs into the, I'm tired. This one plugs into the extension cord, and this one plugs in to this. And that so it can operate the cutoff switch. Oh my gosh, okay. Okay. There we go. My little hands. Oh, that's right. I was like, I have nothing left to plug in. It's a circle, but I've had my hand over it. Oh my gosh. Okay, idiot. Okay. So now I'm going to plug it in. And it should not come on because my float is down. Okay, it didn't come on because my float is down. I'm going to take it, lower it in there. Oh, did you hear it? You hear it? It's on the bottom. And it's pumping. Let's go look at the hose. So A small leak there at my connection, so this was my, hold on, let me get some more hose in here. My solution to that is to just lay that back over. So if we do get a leak, it'll leak back in the hole. Okay. We'll see what's happening at the end. Okay. And ta-da! Oops. So we got water. So it's just going to come out here and soak in, or if we want to, stick it in there. Ooh, it stinks over here. That smells like gross slimy mud. We're waiting on our ta-da! Ta-da! Moment. So there it is. All right, so we're just gonna let that run and see if the float cuts it off. I'll have to check on it periodically, and we'll check the water level and see what's going on. So you can see where it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 bricks down from that lighter colored line. So we'll come back in about 20 minutes and check on it. And I should say what will happen is this will suck the water out here, but the water table is still as high as this water is. So over the course of the day, more water will seep in, and we'll run it some more, and then more water will seep in, and it will drop the water table here under the house a little bit quicker than it would naturally. So that's the goal. That is it for this midweek special. I am ready for my brain and my body to be fully recovered because I need to get it in gear. We are picking up next time with a very serious project. It's been so long you may have forgotten, but we are not through with all of our roof work, and we still have some very critical pieces left to do. So we will be picking up with that work here at the League-Kempner House in Galveston, Texas. We're a nonprofit restoring this incredible house. Be sure and subscribe and turn on your notifications. Check out our other social media, Facebook and Instagram, for more contemporaneous updates. And go check out our website, league-kempnerhouse.org. We've got a store out there. We're going to be restocking with some fall and Christmas decorations, and as always, we'd love to have you donate or come volunteer at the house if you live nearby. We rely on our volunteers and those donations to keep this work going. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.